So I have a question for you. What would you say is the most persecuted country of the 20th century? In the 1900s, what country suffered the worst persecution? Now, if I'm going to guess, you're going to say either North Korea or China. And those are good guesses, especially North Korea. But there's another country that should be on the list. This is, in fact, the oldest Christian country in the world. So any idea? So one more clue, it sits next to Turkey, and it's Armenia. So Armenia, again, the oldest Christian country in the world, in the early last century, Turkey invaded, and they first killed off the men of fighting age, and then they invaded and rounded up the Christians and sent them on long death marches. So over 1 million were killed, and it's become known as the Armenian genocide. That religious hatred that fueled that attack still lives on in Turkey today. So that's the crazy thing. Turkey's leader has said and publicly demonstrated, all you have to do, you have to understand Turkey and their politics and everything else, but he's publicly come out and said, look, I'm going to attack Christianity. I'm going to take Christian lands, and I am going to push forward radical Islam's agenda. And that's been clear. So recently, last September, he helped Azerbaijan to capture a disputed section of land between Armenia and Azerbaijan. It's called Nagorno-Karabakh. So basically they came in, the soldiers came in, took over most of the land, small bit of fighting. Now, here's the problem, is that since then, it's like, look, the war's lost, the deal is done. But the problem is that Azerbaijan is still holding a large number of POWs. There are videos surfacing of mistreatment, of beatings, of humiliation, and it's very tied to their religion. Okay, so Azerbaijan, another Muslim nation working with Turkey, led by a radical in sheep's clothing. So they conspired to attack and to take over the territory. Now there's the abuse. Now, here's the problem. No one knows how many POWs there are. Azerbaijan refuses to say, and they won't even release the names of the POWs. So given the history of the situation, given the history of Armenia, that's a worrisome situation, because what can happen in the dark? When no one knows how many victims there are, or even their names, Azerbaijan can do anything to them. So we have started a petition to the European Court of Human Rights to get them, to ask them to get involved and to apply pressure on Azerbaijan. It won't take much to disclose the names of the victims and to give us a count, how many are there. And that's the first thing we have to do to stop any major violence, major potential violence. So if you would sign this petition, send it around. It's not a well-known cause, unfortunately, and hardly anyone even knows about the genocide that happened last year. They killed 1 million people, and hardly anybody knows about it. So again, spread this around. The only way it works is if we cause trouble, if we're kind of loudmouths and we sign a petition, say this is not acceptable. And that's a very small cost. Just stand up for your persecuted brother and sister. And I want to say thank you for doing that.